Behind me, the Mount of Olives, and thousands, if not tens of thousands, of Jewish tombs. Jewish people have been buried here down through the centuries. Why here? Why on the slopes of the Mount of Olives? Because they understood the prophecy of Zechariah in chapter 14, that when the Messiah comes, he comes to the Mount of Olives. They wanted to be the first to be raised in the resurrection when Messiah appears. Now I jump into the New Testament, into the Gospel of St. Mark, concerning the burial of Jesus in Mark 15 and verse 42. Now when evening had come, because it was the preparation day, meaning the preparation for the Passover, that is the day before the Sabbath, Joseph of Arimathea, a prominent council member, a member of the Supreme Court of Israel, the Sanhedrin, who was himself waiting for the kingdom of God, coming and taking courage, went into Pilate and asked for the body of Jesus. That was a very daring, in fact, brave thing for him to do. And Pilate marveled that he, Jesus, was already dead. And then in verse 45, so when he found out from the centurion, he granted the body to Joseph. Then he brought fine linen, took him down and wrapped him in the linen, and he laid him in a tomb which had been hewn out of the rock, and rolled a stone against the door of the tomb. This was the tomb for Joseph's family. It hadn't been used yet, and yet he offers it to Jesus, now dead, so Jesus can be buried. Here's the question. If Joseph was that prominent, a member of the Sanhedrin, the Supreme Court of the Jews, and according to the tradition, one of the richest men in Jerusalem, where would he have chosen to be buried? Was it not that he would have chosen to be buried on the Mount of Olives with all these other Jewish people? If he could afford it to him anywhere, consider that. And so if we ask that question, it leads to another question: where was Jesus crucified? No one really knows for sure, but the fact that Joseph's tomb was nearby, the site of the crucifixion, lends itself at least to the idea that Jesus could have been crucified on the Mount of Olives just across the valley. In fact, in the biblical times, there was a priestly bridge that went from the eastern gate in front of the temple right across the valley to a sacrificial site where they killed red heifers, which were used for cleansing of people that had become unclean. So we're speculating when we say these things, but there is logic to the suggestion that a rich man like Joseph would have had his tomb over on the Mount of Olives. And if that's the case, the possibility at least that Jesus was crucified on the Mount of Olives near Joseph's tomb.